So let's see, my most recent comment 3 weeks ago from Cynthia Soul on Are Cat Girls Furries says, have you considered that cat girls are just hairless furries? I'm pretty sure I covered this in the actual video. I know most people don't actually watch the entire video, but I have considered this, and it's actually addressed somewhere in the video here where we literally just separate the species. Like, okay, you can't actually say that, and can clearly see that they are not the same thing by going through a full genetic breakdown. Okay, next one is also from Cynthia Soul, who commented on the same video, says this is what conservatives are convinced is happening in college. I'm actually in college, and I am making this video, so yeah, but wouldn't having the cat ears on top of the head, like most anime, cause other issues if she has a human skull? I'm not gonna embarrass myself. Having the cat ears where the human ears should be is the neatest solution. Okay, I actually know what they're talking about here. So if you look at the characters in this visual novel here, you'll notice they have cat ears where like the human ears would be. I think that's what they're talking about. So I already responded here, but I was like, yeah, they're right. I actually didn't consider that. I may expand on it later in a future video. And this is actually one of the only comments that really did get me, because I was like, damn, I didn't think of that. Moving forward on how to create real cat girls, Axis Church Devotee says, interesting, though some questions are sprawling through my head, like, is this ethical? Or what will happen if the cat girls are unsuccessful? Are they going to be kept in a lab their whole life, or let go to live life or something? Edit. Now I'm thinking how the common house cat would see a cat girl. Would they think their owner is trying to replace them, or think they are a weird looking human? Yeah, so I'm pretty sure if you look at this video, you'll realize that ethics is really completely out of the question. Like, I'm really not thinking about that. This is more just like, this is how it's done, Somebody else commented that we'll probably get to later, says that ethics limit scientific progress. So that's it. And, as I've said, I do think house cats would probably like cat girls. Like, I don't know. I just feel like they'd get along. Okay. Random Anon 696 says on the same video, I'd like to think that cat girls' eye receptors are identical to human eye receptors, and the only reason they see better in the dark is because they have tapetum lucidum thing. Okay, let's see. What is this word? What the heck am I looking at? A reflective layer in the eyes of many animals that... Okay. Yeah, sure. I mean... yeah. Cool, I guess. Cool comment. I don't really know what I'm supposed to say to this. I agree, I guess. The same person says, hot take, the human ears and some cat girls are just vestigial organs. So if you guys don't know what vestigial organs are, it's basically like a organ that's not really useful, or like something that evolution discarded. For example, the human appendix, where it's still there but doesn't really do anything. It's just like left over from evolution. Like, for example, Random Anon gives us how whales have like bones that do nothing. And here I also said this also assumes that the cat girls have always existed, because they would have to have some sort of evolution that at some point discarded the human ears, which are no longer functional and don't do anything. Now it looks like Random Anon actually went through all my videos and commented, which is kind of funny. So they say the pain when you say the cat girls only have fur on their ears and tail. Okay, I literally talked about this. Like, I get it, guys. You don't watch my whole videos. I don't watch my full videos either. I don't even remember making a lot of my videos. But come on, like, if you're gonna comment criticism, you should like go and make sure that the video, like, just skim through and make sure that it's not addressed there. Because if you just go over here and you can skim through, we actually, in the same video, we went over this. We talked about the hair follicles and stuff. So yeah, watch the video again, Random Anon. Watch it all the way through. Do you ever get the feeling there is something deeply wrong with the... Okay, sorry. This is from Yabai Bashimu 6223 on how to create real cat girls. Do you ever get the feeling that there is something deeply wrong with the YouTube algorithm, such that it puts videos like yours in my feed? Why, oh why did the algorithm think that I'd be interested in cat girls? Nonetheless, now that I'm here, listening to your research, I'll admit that I am, at the very least, curious. Where did you source your research? Do you plan to cite your sources later, perhaps in the last part of the series? Are you planning to modify the external appearance of the Catgirl such that she is completely human but has modified cat-like features? Or will she be chimeric? How did you decide on the exact genes needed to be altered and what alterations to make them? Is there a list floating around there? Now, I think I did cite my sources in this video. Let me check. Because I usually do, like, at the very end, look at the sources, like, cite sources. Yeah. So over here, I this is where I got most of the sources for this specific video. And in regards to this, there actually is just a list floating around there of exact genes needed to be altered to make what alteration, to make specific alterations in anatomy, and that would be the National Institute of Health and the National Library of Medicine. So you can actually go there, government institutions, like if you look this up, you can literally do this plus like gene list, and like you get actually just like lists of genes, and you can just look at all of them, exactly what they do over here. You can look at genomes. So yeah, there actually is just a list of genes floating around there. Yeah. Okay, Mizuki was here. This person comments like twice. Like I've seen them comment. They're like another recurring commenter, like the random Anon guy says, why is watching someone else? This is on my like one unrelated video, which is just pulling for Cypher and Honkai Star Rail because Catgirls, I guess slightly related, says, why is watching someone else summon entertaining? Good question. I really don't know why. I don't find watching other people summon in gacha games entertaining. I just uploaded this because I felt it was kind of relevant to my channel. So yeah, I don't know why. I feel like when you're summoning in gacha games, like I wish it was me when I watch somebody summon. I'm like, oh, that's great, but why can't I get that luck? Okay, so why it the goat says ... Yeah. Okay, thank you. Okay. My shorts streak. I remember this. Gargura Cat Shark model. Watermelon HP says, I need to find something to help me. I'm gonna miss her when she's gone. Yeah. Unfortunate days. It was only 3 months ago that Gargura disappeared forever. If any of you guys don't know, I believe she's now Sameko Saba. I don't really watch her. I never really watched Gargura that much in the first place. I liked her, but I didn't really watch her that much. So if you're all interested and you don't know the lore, Gargura is gone, but she's back. She's now Sameko Saba. Sameko Saba. She grew really fast. Yeah, that's her. That's Nigura. On the same short, Saturn says, I need her to stop going on my feet. Yeah. She was really popular when she was like dying out, when she was about to go, so I jumped on that hype train. Dub off stage. Wow, who are you? I've never seen this person before. They say, please no dislike on 3 videos and I already have a hater. I don't know what this is even supposed to mean. I just put a broken heart emoji. I don't know. So I feel like this one didn't really work out. So I said, bro, you got 1 dislike. I made a video about it. That's crazy. And I said shorts farming attempt. Yeah, I was literally just trying to farm shorts, guys. So I just needed shorts. And I was like, oh, you know, if you get shorts, you get views. And it worked, you know, you fell for it. You watched my video. Wow, Dub Off Stage commented on if a cat girl gets hurt, it says watch full video here. Wow, Dub Off Stage. I don't know who this person is. But they keep appearing. Oh yeah, so I tried to make like Honkai Star Rail videos and it like totally freaking flopped. So I'm never gonna do that again. No. And this person says, I understand that the global revive isn't that broken, since this was about like when Castra's Honkai Star Rail was about to drop and it was like really controversial. I tried hopping on that hype train, didn't really work out, it flopped. I'm just gonna stick with making stupid freaking anime videos. So this person says, Chris Uchiha says, I understand when you say the global revive isn't that broken right now, since if you invested in an account, you shouldn't die, but you're not taking into account the future of the game, how this blah 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 bunch of shit. No, I'm not gonna make fun of you. So honestly, this was 3 months ago. There's been a few patches since then. Honestly, it's really been nothing. Like, if I'm being honest, I've only actually been revived using the global revive like twice. in my entire life. Like, still 3 patches in, it's still not that relevant, in my opinion, in my experience. So Dub off stage. Okay, I'm just gonna start skipping these. Mizuki was here again. Yeah, I told you this person has commented a few times. This guy is asking the real questions on does a cat girl go to a hospital or a vet. So personally, I put a lot of effort into this video, but nobody really watched it, so it was kind of sad. But I'm glad that Mizuki was here, was watching it. Mizuki was in fact there. Valentine Brunette 109 says on Cat Girls Have Only 2 Ears, says, I have no idea how I ended up on this video, but it was strangely great. Thank you. So on this same Honkai Star Wars video says, I will pull Laura Lisi 2212 says, I will pull for her because dragon. But it is true that I would have preferred her passive to be active only when she is on field. Yeah. Oh, they lost their 50-50. Sucks. Sucks for them. I'm gonna heart this comment. I'm gonna heart this comment. Hope you get her in rerun or something. On Cat Girls Have Only 2 Ears, Red Light U says, I like how you have to keep yourself from laughing several times, whether making speaking mistakes or from the absurdity of delving this deep into catgirl anatomy. Most of these videos I'm just laughing. Like, I hope you guys know that even though it's slightly serious, like the information I'm providing is real information, I don't personally take it that seriously. Like, I do just find it amusing. I'm just kind of messing around when I do it. Yeah. Spexington says on the same video that I can't believe I watched a video that proved, rather scientifically, whether or not Catgirls has 4 ears. Totally stupid. In a humorous way, and absolutely fascinating. Great video. Now, honestly, I heard there's a lot of like bots that be commenting. No, I'm not commenting you. No, I'm not saying that Spexington over here is like a bot, but I've personally never seen them. I've only heard that there's a lot of bots that just kind of comment some random like AI generated stuff like, wow, great video. I sure love cat girls that have 2 ears and stuff. Like, they just read the description or they scan the description and just auto comment. Just, I don't know what the point is, and usually they're advertising something in their profile. This person doesn't seem to be doing that, so honestly I don't think they're a bot. It was just, at first I thought it was a really sus comment because it was just so I don't know, it just seemed like it seemed almost AI-y. They were just like, great video, totally stupid in a humorous way, absolutely fascinating. Why it the goat? Oh, you're the person that said yeah. 1220, amazing catgirl impression. Arigato. Thank you very much. I hope I get a chance to do it again. Now, KitKat986 says, stop cranking your hawk to cartoons. Nobody asked you, bro. Who are you? And SM the New says, never. Yeah, I like this person. This person's proud, loud and proud. Let's heart the comment. I don't know who you are, KitKat986. If you don't like me, get out of here. But why'd you click on the video? That's a better question. Shuhusience9417 on this video got a lot of comments. Dang, this is more interesting than I thought. Thank you. It is interesting. It's a good question. Do they have 2 ears? 4 ears? Who knows? This is a comment I was talking about earlier. So Ich bin ein blöde Katze says, ethics limit scientific progress. Rules are meant to be broken. That's all I gotta say. Visitoria says, what did I just watch? And I said, don't pretend you weren't curious. Exactly. You know, if you weren't curious, you wouldn't have clicked on it. You wouldn't have watched it. So don't act surprised. Oh, I didn't see this one. So Cynthia Soul says, the future XD. I like you, Cynthia Soul. Shout out to Cynthia Soul. So Faye Luni Stequirose 2224 says, I quite agree. Kimono Mimi of all types should only have their animal ears. They're so much more cute that way, and it makes more sense. If we're just talking about like pure not really practicality, but just like, does it look good? That's pretty much a good argument. It just looks better. I'm pretty sure I said that in here too. This is slander to Orin from Toho. She's got 4 ears. Toho reference. Huge Toho reference. Shout out to Hallie Hui 2194 for the Toho reference. Yeah, hell yeah. we got Toho. We love Toho over here, guys. So, oh, since Soul says, I like them. Aaron PD said, interesting watch. Cool. Thank you. Okay, here's another big freaking essay. So, SysCon Central on Our Cat Goes Furry says, excellent video. Other than small. Wait, no, let me give them a nerd voice. No hate.
Excellent video. Other than small phonological mishaps, you portray your points eloquently and in a satisfying manner. I am surprised that you did not bring up the point of convergent evolution as a possible explanation opposed to mere genetic modifications. Traits such as hearing, reflexes, or vision are easily, not accounting for time, modified by completely natural environmental qualities such as darker nights, excessive foliage, or pre-existing traits on the self or the prey, faster prey, nocturnal circadian rhythm. None of these phenomena are off the table when it comes to isekais in medieval fantasy stasis.
Yeah, okay. I don't know what you just said. I don't really understand this, but cool. I guess we'll look. Yeah, like I said, I'll consider it next time. Convergent evolution. Cool. I really just researched what I needed to, so I assume I must have skipped over this or not noticed this fact. So maybe I'll make a revamped series where I go over where I like redo this with all the feedback I received. Like the other guy that said something about, oh yeah, the cat girls having only ears on their head would interfere with the human skull. This person says interesting. Thank you. Thank you. It is very interesting, isn't it? Dial-a-phone says, what am I watching? I think this was this was like the first comment I got ever. So they said, I said, what am I watching? And all I gotta say is I was left unsupervised for 19 minutes, and that's what I made. Now on, okay, if you don't know, this is going to be a small shout out, I guess, to the Cozy Club. I used to be a part of the Cozy Club, or I guess I still am. I am a part of the Cozy Club. It's a group channel where stuff sometimes happens and sometimes it doesn't happen. So I did a re-upload of a lot of stuff that I previously had put on there that I wanted to transfer over to my solo channel. And this person just says, wow. So yeah, and we successfully just went through every single comment that I ever got. So thank you for watching, and remember to like and subscribe if you want to see this again. I suppose I'll do this again at the next milestone, which would probably be 50 subscribers, so see you there.